the Bills you saw first up. You haven't seen them since week 2, that game at Miami, when they started to put their stamp on things, but all of us were trying to see how consistent they can be, and I think they have proven it. Why are they so good, do you think, Ryan?
I'll tell you, I think they've surprised a lot of people this year. And one of the things they've surprised me with, we know who Josh Allen is. We know he's great. Obviously, the loss of all the leadership between Poyer and Hyde and Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs and all the captains they lost this season, Mitch Morse. Josh has been able to fill that void. This team is as close. I think Detroit and Buffalo are the two teams that are probably as close as you could be in terms of the team chemistry, in terms of playing for each other. And that stuff goes so far on the field as well. But I think their defense, they lost Milano again early in the season, and there was a lot of question marks about their defense, a lot of question marks about the middle of that defense, and they've really shown up this year. So that's been really impressive. And now they're getting healthy at the right time. And hopefully this everybody eats thing on offense, Amari Cooper, getting healthy, Keon Coleman, getting him back. Everybody's had a role in this thing, and everybody feels equally important and pulling in the same direction. And so I think that's why they've been as successful they have this season.
And just to ask this question with the caveat, and I use that word knowing you from Harvard knows exactly what I mean by that, that everybody wants to win the Super Bowl, and every fan base, it would mean a lot to them. But knowing the Western New York Bills Mafia fan base, what would it mean if Josh Allen and the Bills pulled it off this year? What do you think it would mean, Ryan?
It's hard to describe. I'll say this, Josh Allen is the perfect quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, and it goes well beyond his playing ability. It's his personality. It's how much he cares for the city. It's how he holds and carries himself every single day. And he understands, deep down, he understands how important it is for that city, for him to bring a Super Bowl to them. And I know that that's his strongest desire in the world. I would be out there amongst them shirtless for sure if that were to happen. And it would be a wild scene because they live, eat, sleep Bills football out there.
So you would definitely make it for the parade, is what you're saying.
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, this is, people have been waiting their whole lifetime for this, and this is a generational thing. You're not, a Bills fan, then you move somewhere. Your kids become Bills fans if you were a Bills fan. Doesn't matter where you live. It's probably the most fun I have going through the airport every week. When I walk by a gate that says Buffalo or Rochester, or I see somebody with a Bills hat on. I mean, they wear it all the time. They wear it on their sleeve, and they absolutely love being Bills fans, and it's truly part of their identity.
Yet you're going to go visit the team that frequently stands in the Bills' way once January hits. We saw what the Bills did against the Chiefs just a couple weeks ago, and even Josh Allen afterwards was saying it was another game. That's all it is,
Yeah, but we all saw his touchdown run and that flex that he gave after the touchdown run with a few extra shoulder shrugs.
Yes.
He could say it was another game, but that thing meant a lot more. But I think, what you've seen over the years with the Chiefs and last year, now we've seen a bunch this year, these one-score games. I mean, if the Chiefs can keep it close, obviously Patrick Mahomes has showed he's inevitable and he's going to win the game. So how do you get up on these guys and stretch it to a 2-score lead? They're as vulnerable as they've been this year. And we've seen that in the last 3 weeks. We saw it when Buffalo beat them. But I'm really excited to get an up close and personal look just to see, their offense, to see their defense has taken a step back the last few weeks. But I didn't think they could do it last year, and they did. So I'm sure they'll prove me wrong again this year.
Well, I mean, just hearing you say the words that they're vulnerable more than ever, it just gave me flashbacks to last year. You even just referenced it, Ryan. And part of the reason why I think Raiders at Chiefs was chosen by the league and is going to be on a marquee holiday spot like this Friday on Prime Video, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is because in this matchup last Christmas Day, the Raiders pulled it off, leading everyone to wonder, Can the Chiefs flip the switch? We did find out the answer to that question. Are you going into this game with the same concern that the Chiefs won't find the switch this year?
I mean, it's amazing. They're vulnerable and they're 10-1, right?
Yeah,
I mean, this
right.
it's just so crazy. But I'll say the best part about our schedule this entire year has been we've had a ton of division matchups. And I think you saw that last year with the Raiders and Chiefs. We'll see what happens this year. It's obviously been a really disappointing season for the Raiders, but last week for us, when we got to go to Cleveland and we had Pittsburgh at 8-2 and Cleveland at 2-8 going into that game, I like to remind Andrew Whitworth, yes, there was one of us on the panel that picked Cleveland to win that game, yours truly, but these division games, you don't know what's going to happen. They really play each other different. They know each other so well. The Max Crosby, Patrick Mahomes rivalry. And then one other cool note that we'll get a chance hopefully to witness with Tony Gonzalez there. Travis Kelce has a chance with one touchdown catch to pass Tony Gonzalez for the
Wow.
all-time touchdown receiving leader for the Chiefs. So I think that'd be a really cool moment. With Tony has so much respect for Travis, for him to be there and to be there for that moment.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.